Well, I suppose I better update you on everything that's been going on over the last week and a half. So, I've taken a bit of a break from training. Maybe not the break that you were thinking of, or maybe associate with people that ride their bike most of the year, or race their bike most of the year rather. And that's because I'm following the same kind of plan that I did last year or this year. That's the confusing thing because we're bouncing between seasons in a minute. So generally speaking, you'd have like a couple of weeks off the bike to have a break and then restart your training. Well, I'm not doing that because what I find works better, because I'm in such a good position at the minute, because I'm coming down off a high and everything. I don't just want to stop and, you know, just flake out on the sofa. I'd rather, you know, come back into cycling just leisurely and just enjoy it and ride when I want to ride and stuff like that. So that's where training is at the minute. We're actually back racing on Zwift now. There was a live stream of last night's race in the Fusion League. You can watch that. It was pretty entertaining, especially at the end, because there was some of the best Zwifters on. And it was won by Alex West of Canyon. So, you know, it was a stacked field. That final group was only like 30 odd riders, so it proved to be quite hard actually. A completely different effort for me, you know. I'm not training for I wasn't training for Zwift races, but it's good to have something different now to stimulate a different engine and that sort of thing. So that's what we are with training and of course racing. In terms of weight and that sort of stuff, I've not actually gained much at all. I weighed myself. I did an official weigh-in for the Zwift race last night, and obviously in the evening you generally weigh a little bit more than you would in the morning. And when I jumped on the scale, because I had to like record myself on my phone and paste it on the Facebook group, which is Zwift Transparency or something. So I recorded myself, so I'm obviously holding my phone as well, and I'm like fully kitted up apart from my shoes to jump on the kicker, and I weighed like 61.1 kilos, so, you know, call it 60 and a half maybe, you know, 500 grams for all that stuff. So that's pretty decent. Like, it's only like a kilo and a half gain, but like I said, like I'm completely relaxed in terms of food and stuff. So I'm not aiming to gain weight, but I'm also not aiming to stay, you know, that hill climb weight. So I'm conscious not to just dive into the biscuit cupboard, which is right there, and, you know, grab a handful of digestives and just demolish them. I'm just conscious of doing that. So, and plus I don't really crave them because I ate biscuits every day during the hill climb season, like maybe 6 to 8 digestive biscuits a day, and it wasn't because I craved them and that my diet was that bad that I was like restricting myself and I was like falling off the wagon and eating stuff like that. It was more because I wanted a biscuit with my tea or with my coffee, and they just added up. So maybe it doesn't work for, you know, kind of normal people where, you know, you can't eat a biscuit or you can't eat like 5 biscuits because you don't burn it off, because I was. But yeah, we're walking a good tightrope in the minute. 2020 is going to be completely different to like any other year I've raced, and I'm not going to give too much away. But what I realised from doing the National Hill Climb was that I'm very good at focusing on one thing and getting the most out of myself for that one thing. You probably agree with me, but well, I hope you agree with me, but because I said it for an awful long time that I was targeting that race, and it was good to have that kind of the build up, the ownership, and then to execute it, and not only that, but to like document it all in a fairly rough, uneven way on YouTube. And I hope to do something similar next year. And it may require us to do something that, you know, allows us to do that, and allows us to have the flexibility to do that. So I'll come up with a full statement, blah blah blah, whatever you want to call it, in the next month or whatever. But until then, you're gonna have to sit patiently, I'm afraid. I've literally been like the last week, it's lucky that I've not been riding a lot, to be honest. It's lucky I've not been training, because I've had so many emails, so many DMs, Instagram, Twitter, wherever, so many mentions on Twitter, and I've been trying to reply to everything, and obviously it's flipping impossible to reply almost to everybody on the YouTube video from that day, because there's like threads off threads, like there's comments, and then there's comments off comments, and I'm just trying to like go through it all. But I remember saying, not on the video, but I said after the video, that if we got to 10,000 views for that video, I'd eat cake for a whole day. So every meal would just be cake. I didn't really give any details, so it might be the same cake, because I'm partial to a Victoria sponge. But in particular, like, I thought it would give us like a bit of a goal, and plus you all probably want to feed me up as well, which is, there's no harm in that. But I never thought we'd actually get to 10,000 so quick. I think it took us maybe 6 days. Yeah, I think it was nearly 6 days, not quite a week. And it is now the most viewed video on this channel, and thank you for watching it. It's kind of surpassed the other videos, but the other videos have been there for 1-2 years or something. But for this to gain that in 6 days is like mind blowing for me. And it's actually on 15,000 now, and it's gained another 5,000 in just 3 or 4 days. So it's gaining like 1,000 a day. So it's kind of brought the attention to a lot of people, and with the goals I want to achieve and the plans I want to make. I was actually speaking to a local guy yesterday. I took my bike up just to get like a little bit of a service, and I was speaking to him, and I saw a brand new helmet that he's got that's like really, really cool. Like, I'm not going to go into too much detail, right? But it's like 100% biodegradable. It lasts for 10 years. It's like a really cool helmet, and it's a British brand. The goal I want to do next year, it'd be really good to get a lot of people on board that have the same interest. So I've been having emails from people that want to make a skin suit with the national championship stripes on. I've had emails from or DMs from Chinlad, the guy that built the wheels that I won the hill climb on, and their aluminium. It's created a bit of a storm, actually. The fact that I was riding aluminium wheels in the race, and still won. They weren't carbon fiber fancy things, but I will go down that route eventually. It's just what we could make with the limited time we had. It was only 2 weeks out, I think, from the nationals that I actually had them, and my initial plan with Hunt actually fell through. So we had to kind of get something quick, in other words. And then so I've had emails, I've had DMs, I've had big cloth cap interest. I've had some samples sent to me, which are pretty cool. They're not made of the excuse me, they're not made of like the classic kind of thicker material that you'd expect from a cycling cap. They're made from like a summer material, like a polyester, which I thought wouldn't be great, because I don't own any really, but I've worn them before and they've not been great. But these are completely different fit. Like, they actually fit really well. The others were like sitting like halfway down my head. These actually sit all the way. They actually fit exactly the same, but they're a thinner material, and they're extremely, extremely good quality, and they range between £10 and £15 each. So we're looking at creating like a commemorative cloth cap for that event, and I'm conscious that a lot of you say we shouldn't have like big stripes everywhere because you don't feel like you should wear it because you're not national champion. So we're kind of gonna go down the minimalist route with that, so that you don't feel so kind of you don't want to wear it in public, but on a group ride, for example. So I'm going to keep it very minimalist, and I'm having a good say in that, so I'm glad we can work together. There's lots of things that have come out of this now, and it's getting quite deep. You know, I don't think I've ever had to be kind of my own secretary almost. Like, I'm doing so much stuff on the computer, doing computer work. You know, I've had a few more clients come to me for coaching, which is brilliant. Some of them, you know, clients that I've had in the past, and they're coming back. And, you know, it's great to see old faces and stuff. And it's, if you want anything from me, just send me a message. You know where to contact me: Instagram, Twitter, email, wherever. I try and get back to you as quick as possible. But as of now, I'm offering a lot more in terms of, I do 3 different kind of tiers to the coaching side of it. And I do the one-to-one coaching, which nearly everybody, you know, tends to do. I also do the a helping hand plan, which is more of like a, if you already have kind of your life, your cycling laid out in front of you. And I've had this asked to me a few times actually, so this is why I kind of created it. Is it possible for me to just kind of look at your overall week or look at your overall month, tweak anything that needs tweaking, or give feedback on stuff, or be there for you to, you know, oh, I don't feel too good today, do you think I should stick to that normal session that I planned? Basically the same as I'd offer one-to-one coaching, but I don't actually plan the sessions. I can give advice on sessions, but I don't actually plan the sessions. And so it involves a little less work for me, so that's why the price is a lot lower then. Other things we do, you know, one-off kind of training plans, which for those of you that haven't tried training and stuff, and I gave away a few like hill climb based ones before the nationals, like 6 weeks before. So any of you that snagged those up, you know, you could try to do those to try and follow that plan. There's more information on those to come. We're doing hopefully a winter series on those, so they'll be quite good. Mainly based on kind of shorter workouts, so you don't have to be smashing out in the rain, the wet and the cold. Also, we've got a new t-shirt, which I'm going to post some pictures right here. It's not a t-shirt, but there's multiple dimensions to it. You can have like a long sleeve, kind of like this sort of thing. This is quite thick though, but that's a thin, it's like a long sleeve t-shirt. We've got Ride Free, which is kind of in memory of a very good friend of mine who passed away recently from motor neuron disease, passed away a couple of months ago actually. And I just wanted something to remember him by, and you know, I kind of rode the Tour of Britain for him. He was always in the back of my mind, the same with the National. So it's nice. I've named the shop on Teespring the Power Store, so we've kind of got Ride Free written on the t-shirt, and we've also got like a little lightning ball on the back, which is quite nice. For next year as well, we may well be setting up a Patreon page, which regardless how many people that reaches, still plays a big part, and I still want you to be a part of that. Because next year will be, again, I say completely different and completely kind of completely left field from what you'd expect maybe a rider in his kind of mid-20s to be pursuing. Usually you get these people who are you know, retired and in their twilight of their career in their late 30s to do these things, but we are in the position to do it in our mid-20s, which is incredible. So I'm gonna take it and run with it. So I hope you could be a part of it. Again, this is just a small update video, and I'm looking at the camera and it says 17 minutes. So really sorry about that, and yeah, let's keep going.